So I was just looking in my fridge and noticed that these veggies are not so fabulous and fresh anymore. And because we don't waste food in my house, I thought I might show you guys how I make my absolutely delicious, nutritious, these veggies are going to go bad really soon stew or soup or whatever the heck you want to call it. Let's just make this and eat it. So, of course, the very first thing we're going to do is really give these veggies a good wash, and there's nothing more satisfying than ripping apart broccoli to wash it. Next, you're going to roughly chop up all of those nice clean veggies. This does not have to be perfect, just big chunks are fine. And then we're going to throw all of those into our bowl. Now, if you're a Gen X like me, you definitely had one of these when you were growing up, and it was simply a big plastic bowl that was used for popcorn, for mixing, and of course, for those special pukey, vomity moments as a child in front of the TV. It was a lovely 3-for-1 bowl, and we all had them, and I think every Gen X adult still has these. Now, here is a lovely Refashionista money-saving tip. You may notice there is like 2 handfuls of garlic cloves in here, and that is because whenever garlic is on sale at the supermarket, I get a bunch of it and peel all of them, and then I freeze them. So then I simply have to go in my freezer and chuck in as much garlic as I could possibly want into my bowl. Next, I'm going to grab some olive oil, and you can use whatever oil you want. I use olive oil because I lived in Greece for so long and I love it so much. And then grab whatever spices are your favorite. Like, this is entirely up to your own personal taste. If you like things to be spicy, add a bunch of spicy spices. If you don't, then go with a bunch of herbs, whatever you want. This is to your taste. It's kind of like how I refashion. I just kind of see it in my head and throw a bunch of stuff together, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, I simply make it into something else. Then you want to give everything a really good mix so you totally saturate all those veggie bits with your lovely herbs and spices and oil. Next, go ahead and grab an oven-safe dish, pour all of those delicious coated veggies in there, making sure that you scrape the bowl and get all of that amazing flavorful oil all over those veggies. Then pop it all into an oven that has been preheated to 400 degrees. I believe that's about 180, 200 Celsius, and leave it in there for 30 to 40 minutes or until your veggies are mushy and soft. I truly wish that Smellovision had been invented already, because holy crap, you guys, this smells so good. I want to eat it right now. But first we gotta finish off the soup. It is absolutely amazingly gorgeously smelling though. Okay, so pop all of your vegetables into a great big pot, and then you want to just cover them with water so, they're floating around a little bit. I use filtered water, from my fridge, but you can use whatever water you desire. If you've been with me for a while, you will recognize this lovely red pot as part of the set that hangs on my absolutely amazing upcycled DIY ladder pot rack that I created when we first moved into this house. And you know what? Of course, the tutorial will be linked down below for you. Alrighty, I got my veggies in the pot, I got my water in the pot, so now it is time to puree everything. Now, luckily I have this handy little hand mixer puree thingy, but if you don't have one of these, you can put everything in a blender or food processor once it's cooled down, of course. If you don't have one of those, a potato masher works just fine. It just takes a little bit longer to do it, but it all gets there in the end, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now my soup is all gorgeously pureed and lovely and silky and smooth, but I looked in my fridge and I had these meatballs that I had created out of some of that vegan meat, and you know what? They didn't come out very well. They were super duper dry, so I've chopped them up and I'm simply going to add them into my veggie soup, and I think that will make them less dry, of course, plus it will add some texture into the soup. Okay, everything is in my lovely soup, and now I'm simply going to let it simmer away for a little while, I don't know, half an hour or so all of the flavors can get into those little non-meat meatballs that are in there. And I'm also, of course, adding some veggie stock in the form of one of those super cheapy veggie stock cubes. And this again just adds that little bit extra oomph to the veggie flavor. La la! I truly wish you guys could smell how absolutely gorgeously delicious this smells. And of course, if you could taste it. But you know what? You can make it yourself. And then, pardon me, you will know exactly how gorgeously, wonderfully fabulous it tastes. So use up those veggies that have been sitting in your fridge for too long and make this. It is so quick. It is so easy. And as you saw, you can add in those leftovers like these vegan meatballs that I made that totally sucked, and they don't suck anymore. They're absolutely delicious because they've soaked up all of the wonderful soupy veggie spices and all of those good juices in there. Please do let me know. I'm sorry, I'm still chewing. Please do let me know down below if you want to see more of my rockin' refashionista recipes in addition to my fashionable upcycles and household DIYs, and I'll definitely share more for you. And you know what, guys? I'm gonna go finish this because it's so good and probably have even more. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.